Yo guys, and welcome back to this new stream here on the channel. And on today's stream we are going to discuss the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market, because Bitcoin is right now once again start to be significantly pumping towards the upside, while we have been seeing of course a major correction on the market lately around here. So guys, on today's video we're going to discuss of course on how the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market does look like, and of course on today's video we're going to go over much more details about what we currently do think about Bitcoin. Is this pump healthy that we're currently getting generated, and how much further on could we go from up this point? So yeah, does this sound interesting for you? Don't forget to right away smash up that like button, and let's jump right away in towards the content. So everyone is of course just tuning in towards the stream. Hopefully you're having an amazing day. Of course, hopefully you're going to enjoy your Saturday morning, because yes guys, it is weekend right now. Here we are in the weekend. Usually in weekends we do have to start to get a little bit more cautious, and on today's video, on today's stream, we're going to go over everything what we do think about this weekend pump we're currently getting generated. Is of course a weekend pump a thing we should stay away from, or is this of course a thing that could help us in the coming weeks ahead of us, and in the coming week ahead of us of course? So as well, Mr. Margol right away comes with the donation. I will be putting it up in my second screen here, and I will be going over it as soon as I did my Bitcoin thoughts of course on the market. So let's jump right away towards the content. So of course, yesterday, we do know Bitcoin had this massive correction, of course, in the market of an approximately 10% here towards the downside. Like you can see, 9.95% towards the downside. Of course, it was enabling Bitcoin to go, of course, extremely oversold on the 1 hour candles. We went all the way back to towards the 12 on the RSI index. Afterwards, of course, we did saw an increasement in price action, and afterwards we did form this double bottom over here. So we formed this double low here, resulting in Bitcoin, of course, finding a short-term low, and that so far resulted, of course, this continuation that Bitcoin is right now creating. So far, Bitcoin is, of course, shooting up ever so slightly. We were creating as well a downward slope resistance line from the highs here, like you can see from this point. So far it looks to be that we are breaking through this downward slope resistance line here right now on the highs on the 1 hour candles. As soon as we are breaking, of course, through this 1 hour candle resistance line, and it looks to be that we are going to do so on this 1 hour candle, because yeah, Bitcoin is indeed significantly starts to be pumping once again here. But still going to say to you guys out there, it's weekend, so to take it with a little bit more of caution. But for sure, Bitcoin does break the resistance line. This could be helping us for further continuation up here. Bitcoin looks to be creating some kind of a symmetrical triangle right now, is breaking out towards the upside, and this could be having, of course, a wider positive effect here. And I personally do see, as soon as this 1 hour candle is going to close above it, that we're going to be seeing a rise approximately towards the 55.5k getting created from up this point here. So that's of course a thing I'm looking forward towards as well. We're going to be enabling the MACD. Yeah, I can clearly see we saw a major sell-off period on the MACD getting started. What is going to be very likely for this period that we're in trading on is that Bitcoin maybe is going to create another high, then it's going to create another lower low, and then it's going to continue its way up here. Personally, I do expect that here, because if we're going to see such kind of a structure playing out like I'm right now, of course, drawing in front of your screen right now, yeah, we could be seeing, of course, Bitcoin forming a higher low on the MACD. We could be seeing Bitcoin forming a higher low on the RSI. That could be enabling a double bullish divergence on the market, and that could be then result for, of course, a very strong continuation towards the upside as well. Going to say real quick to you guys out there, yeah, we're wicking already particularly big here on this 1 hour candle. But what we do know here about Bitcoin is that if we're going to get a weekend pump, we always should stay cautious. So if I'm real quickly going to go to the CME, we do know that the CME gap has been starting to get created here on the 54.4k. So while Bitcoin is right now trading on the 54.7k, we have this CME gap over here on the 54.4k, and of course this one is going to open here on the 29th. Let me see, in the morning, and that's of course going to be over here. Let me quickly draw this here, guys. Yeah, from here. So over here approximately the CME is going to be opening over here, excuse me. So we do want to be seeing, and I do personally expect as well here, is that Bitcoin is going to go back towards this target over here in approximately this time frame over here. So I do see Bitcoin trading on this level, the 54.4k, over 1.5 days. So here on Monday, I do see Bitcoin trading on this level over here. And you know why? Because we do expect that Bitcoin is going to fill up the CME gap like we of course can currently see created, because I don't expect that Bitcoin is going to right away see a much increase towards the upside and then make us the big CME gap and then of course come down. That could be as well a possibility. But if it's going to shoot up from up that point, yeah, for sure it is possible, but it will be of course give us some more downside possibilities if we're going to then increase further on from here on. So I am going to say to you guys out there, if Bitcoin is going to be seeing, of course, a further continuation towards the upside from up this point here, and if Bitcoin does, of course, increase, and it does, of course, create some massive CME gap below it, I'm not necessarily going to be the one that's going to say, okay, we necessarily have to fill the CME, have to fill up the CME gap, because what I do know from history is that CME gaps tend to get filled, but don't always necessarily have to get filled here. So that is, of course, important to know right now in the market. That's, of course, important to recognize, and that's going to be as well a structure that I'm going to be looking for, of course, for the remaining of the weekend. So further on Bitcoin, on the 4-hourly candles, guys, we do see some interesting stuff playing out here. You can see, and you can be approaching Bitcoin on the 4-hourly candles like ever so slightly, and falling wedge pattern here. Bitcoin is, of course, creating a huge falling wedge pattern, what could be resulting towards a massive breakout on the market. Of course, if everyone doesn't know yet what a falling wedge pattern is here, a falling wedge pattern is basically a typical bullish bias pattern for Bitcoin. Falling wedge pattern is a pattern that tends to get created in a downtrend. Oh, no, not tends. A falling wedge pattern is a pattern that that gets created in a downtrend. Of course, like you can see over here, we create this very significant downtrend here towards these ranges around the 55,000 US dollars. So we came down all the way here, and since we came down all the way, of course, we can clearly see here Bitcoin has been forming this critical downward slope resistance line and this critical support line on the lower side. And of course, a falling wedge is going to be having a breakout target of the top side of the wedge here. So the top side of the wedge in this case is going to be the top side over here, and it's almost the all-time high, what is going to be a measured move of 25% towards the upside. So for sure, and the falling wedge pattern is definitely a bullish bias pattern we're currently getting created here, together with the momentum we're seeing shifted right now on the market. It's doing a particularly good job here, and some people are as well asking me right now, how's your long position doing? I will be sharing it in a second here with you guys out there, but yeah, for sure, we are right now seeing a massive continuation towards the upside getting created here, and I definitely can't wait to see how we are going to see a further continuation from up this point getting created here, because yeah, personally, I do really look forward towards seeing a breakout on this significant falling wedge pattern. Of course, you could be approaching this falling wedge pattern as well on the daily time frame. If you're going to look at it on the daily time frame, you can see this is just a copy paste of September 2021 here. September 2021, we did saw as well this very significant falling wedge pattern getting created here. This falling wedge pattern, of course, did as well broke out towards the upside here on September 2021 here. And since we broke out of the symmetrical that falling wedge pattern over there, yeah, we clearly did some continuation towards the upside getting generated from that point. And right now we are seeing the exact same pattern getting formed once again here. What is most likely is well going to lead for continuation for Bitcoin. So once you're in doubt, please zoom out here. And like we have been, of course, already talking about, the level that we right now have been anticipating, the 52 towards 54K range, has been so for providing the support for Bitcoin. This is, of course, a major previous resistance zone that right now is flipping into support. So was, of course, very, very, yeah, likely to see this level flipping into support. And so far, we are seeing this level indeed flipping into support. So congratulations on your 70K subscribers. So thank you so much for that one. Thank you so much for that one. Definitely very lovely that you're congratulating me. But yeah, for sure, I'm very happy with it as well. And right now we're going to move on towards the 100, of course. So what we can see as well currently is on the RSI, we're seeing a neutral trend here. No significant divergence or whatsoever. But on the daily RSI, the downtrend continues here, like you can see over here. The downtrend on the daily RSI continues, and this is going to be, for me, a leading indicator. So you can clearly see downtrend on the RSI daily time frame is still in, of course, this downward sloping structure. And of course, guys, I can give you guys a golden signal when we're going to see this market reversal on the higher time frames, as soon as we do break these trends here. And I will be giving you guys, once again, just like we did in September 2021, I of course nailed the market reversal on that point to call it, of course, with you guys out there. And right now we're going to do the exact same thing here again. And of course, some tools will be help me to, of course, call this market reversal. And one of these tools here is going to be for sure be the RSI trend here, because the RSI trend is right now as well squeezing itself in towards some kind of an a volatility shock here, and of course in this case it's of course this falling wedge structure. So yeah, personally I'm really much looking forward towards where we're going to aim towards right now and where Bitcoin is heading towards from this point. But personally I do really see this continuation towards the upside is going to be extremely likely from up this point here. And of course, if we're going to see a breakout of the symmetrical triangle just like we saw here in September 2021, guys, where we were seeing this downward sloping resistance line getting broken, and of course as soon as we did so this downward sloping resistance line getting broken on this point over here, we flip bullish. If we're going to be flipping bullish on the breakout of the RSI once again here, I do think we're going to make very significant gains. And of course, we can look back towards previous times here around on the market, and every single time if we see an RSI trend getting broken, especially on the daily time frame, we tend to see, of course, very much big continuations towards the upside. And right now I do want to be benefiting from it as well here. So today I'm as well going to say to you guys out there, I will be called for a market reversal on the cryptocurrency market currently as soon as Bitcoin does break out of this this RSI trend over here in front of our screen. And it's going to be quite crucial to determine where we're heading towards as well. If we're going to look at the MACD, we can clearly see forming ever so slightly higher, higher lows, yeah. Ever so slightly, we're forming higher lows right now, and that's of course having a wider positive effect on the market, because the market is still forming a lower low. But for me on right now, I'm going to take an honest opinion, if I'm going to be very honestly looking towards when could we really see Bitcoin, of course, flip in towards bullish market structures. I will be waiting for the RSI downtrend to break here. As soon as the RSI downtrend does break here, just like we saw over here. So let me take all these things in consideration, guys. To help you guys bring up a good thoughts here on the market. If we're taking all these things in consideration, if we're going to as well look at this trend line over here, we create this then trend line towards the downside. So if we're going to look at all these trend lines on the RSI, and of course every single time on the point of the breakthrough, we usually don't see, of course, massive price surges yet, because those tend to follow. Here we saw a breakthrough on this candle over here. We not saw the breakthrough yet here. So as well on the breakout over here, we saw the breakout on this candle over here. So look very bright, right? So as well on this breakout over here, we saw the candle on this candle over here, this green candle, but was still trading in the pattern. So right now as well, we can expect similar structures. We could be expecting similar things here as soon as Bitcoin does break out here of this falling wedge structure on this daily time frame on the RSI. We're going to be then flip extremely bullish on Bitcoin again, and on that point we could be starting to be accumulating massive long positions in terms of swing trading positions. But right now so far, Bitcoin is indeed pumping up massively, guys. Bitcoin is shooting up towards the moon. It's so weird because once we go live, we tend to be pumping the market. So today once again, we are right away pumping the market up again. So Bitcoin is indeed moving up in a particular rapid pace here, and of course this is lovely to see how this is of course playing out so far, at least. So yeah, very exciting what we do have right now here. Bitcoin moving up ever so slightly. Of course, we're still trading on 55,000 US dollars. So respectively, this target is a little bit lower than we would like to see Bitcoin trade on. But still, this is of course in the beginning of a recovery. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin could be seeing such a fast of a recovery towards targets around 60K in a very rapid pace here. And you know why? Because I've not explained it yet here. Because this whole drop off here that came, of course, yesterday, we went over it. It's basically because of a new variant of the pandemic, of course. And people, and of course the stock market is getting in pretty much a lot of fear here. The people right now do think that we're going to have a lockdown 2.0, and that's why the companies are losing their stock valuations, etc, etc. But eventually, what a lot of people don't start to know here is that eventually, as soon as we're going to get another lockdown over the whole world, of course, I would not like to see so, but if we're going to get it, it's going to be having a very positive effect on the Bitcoin and the stock market, because once people can't spend their money on, let's say, going out for dinner, or people can't spend their money, of course, buying clothes in a store, they're going to be buying more online stuff here, and as well, they're going to be as well buying more crypto. It's going to be very likely that people will be accumulating more crypto if we're going to have another lockdown. And what we do expect right now here is, of course, at least what I do expect here, is that if we're going to get another lockdown over the world here, and all countries are going to go on lockdowns, etc., I do personally think that the first initial clap, like we just got over here, of course, it's a downwards pressure, but eventually I do think that Bitcoin can recover very quickly from these corrections, and that is the reason why I do still expect that Bitcoin could be, of course, be in a very quick recovery back towards highs anytime soon here once again. So that could be for me as well very likely possibility to play out here, and it could be very likely to expect to see Bitcoin climbing back up in a very rapid pace, of course, here. So let me see here. when do you think the bear market will start? I have said it yesterday already several times about it there, but I don't really expect a bear market to be like a bear market like before, but I don't see really a downward sloping, downward structures market happening before Bitcoin is going to reach 100,000 US dollars. So no, I'm not anticipating it at all. But yeah, the wedges that we are right now looking at are very important right now for the Bitcoin daily chart here. And of course, this daily RSI wedge that we're right now creating here is going to be crucial for us to of course determine when we have to be flipping bullish again. And as soon as we does break it out here, guys, I will be of course go even harder in towards my long positions, and I will be of course absolutely accumulate massive positions to of course trade the market towards the upside, because yeah, I'm starting to get even more excited of course as soon as we are going to see this breakout here on this RSI wedge here. And personally, I do think there could be of course a massive continuation on the market, and this could be leading towards way much further searches towards the upside, and it's of course a thing I'm eventually here for. Let me real quickly see here. The sale was over, time to pump here. Yeah, indeed, the sale could be anytime over, of course, but we are still going to keep in our back of our mind that the CME closes, of course, on the 54.4K. So eventually, if you're going to see a market bump, I would rather see it playing out here, not on the weekend. I would rather see a market bump on the regular days here. But if we are going to get this pump here on the weekend right now here, of course, it's going to be still relatively good here, because CME gaps don't always necessarily have to get filled, but they tend to get filled, of course. So what we could be as well see here is that the market right now could be running into towards some very critical resistance, of course, ahead of us, right? So you can clearly see over here, we found resistance, support several times support, but this level, of course, of previous major support could be flying in towards major resistance right now on this 1 hour candle retest that we're about to get here. So yeah, Bitcoin is of course absolutely flying towards the upside. Bitcoin is absolutely approaching resistance like never before. It's shooting up like crazy right now here, and of course, if we are going to be approaching this resistance target ahead of us, this could be of course result in significant amounts of rejections towards the market are going to be getting provided. So real quickly as well, going to look at the order book here on the 5-minute time frame. Let me and disable the sound here, but real quickly going to look at the order book. So for you guys, to give you guys some targets where we do expect Bitcoin is going to find some resistance on, it's going to be the 55.6K here. So right now we're trading on 55.2K. The 55.6K is going to be this level over here. So I do personally think this green line that you can right now see in front of the market is going to be a particular strong resistance line here on this on this cryptocurrency market, because yeah, we do see of course on the order book on bitfinex and the heat map in general that there's of course a lot of order set up around the 55.6K, and that could be of course provide us a lot of resistance as well, the 56,000 US dollars. So basically the range, I should rather approach like this resistance box. So I would be rather suggested like watching like this. So basically this whole red box here is an limit sell order range here. So there's going to be a lot of limit order setup around this range here. So we could be expecting that Bitcoin is going to run in ever so slightly some problems as soon as it's going to be approaching those highs here. So that's going to be quite interesting on how it's going to clear it. Hopefully we could be seeing a significant continuation through it, so we can create some short squeezes or whatsoever. So that's of course a thing I am right now for sure looking out for. As well, for the things we do see right now on the 4-hourly candles are of course some momentum divergence, like we're forming higher lows on the RSI, lower lows on the price action. That's of course having as well a wider positive effect on the market. As well, if we're going to just purely look to the 4-hourly candles, we can clearly see the same zone of resistance is ahead of us right now here, and this is of course a major previous resistance zone here. As well, if we're going to just enable this line towards previous price action, you can see projections several times we're getting found on this range here. But for me, it will be very likely to see of course a major rejection by this range here. And of course, if we do break above this high here, yeah, we could be squeezing the price in towards this resistance line that we are right now have been looking at for quite a while right now. And that could be then, of course, resulted, of course, a significant amount of volatility towards the market. So as well, we could be maybe approaching support line a little bit differently from the highs over there. Of course, if we're going to be approaching a support line from the highs over there, yeah, this could be, of course, approached differently, and we could be looking for a downward sloping support line like this here. And this, of course, also looks like a very strong level of support. Personally, I don't see this level anymore getting reached here, since it's trading below our critical support zone of the daily falling wedge here. And personally, I don't really see the market coming below that level here. So that's going to be still respectively pretty interesting to keep your eyes out wide open on. for Bitcoin right now here as well. I want to be going over Ethereum for a second, and Ethereum, I do see some very interesting thoughts, right? So if I'm going to go to Ethereum, and let me go to the daily time frame, let me go to Ethereum over here, we do see some very major patterns getting unfolded here. So on Ethereum, of course, we have been seeing, first of all, a very strong bounce on horizontal ranges here. Ethereum has been bouncing off the 3900 very strongly, like you can see here. This was a major level of previous resistance, this was a major level of previous support, and once again it acted as very strong support on the chart here. But if we're going to be then, of course, take a wider view on the market, we can clearly see Ethereum is right now forming a major down upward sloping resistance line from the lows here, and of course you can clearly see this level provided us several times very strong support here as well. If we're going to be approaching the lows here, we could be maybe look for some kind of a rising wedge pattern for the Ethereum price action. Of course, a rising wedge pattern is a typical more bearish bias pattern, and that's the reason why I'm saying, yeah, I do see a pattern, but I don't necessarily like it a lot here. So this rising wedge pattern is so far still bouncing, like you can see over here, from up the range lows that we're currently creating here. Hopefully, we're going to see this continuation towards the upside getting formed from this range here. I personally do still believe that we could get this continuation towards the upside getting filled here. Of course, as soon as Ethereum does break the top side of resistance, yeah, we're going to be absolutely going mental towards the upside. But currently, yeah, we are forming, of course, this falling wedge pattern, what is, of course, has a little bit more of a bearish edge on it. So that's going to be quite interesting to see how it's going to be playing out and see how it's going to be, yeah, of course, continue its way in the market. So far, we're still getting supported by it. And of course, if we're going to fall below it, it's going to be quite crucial. It's going to be quite having a little bit more of a bearish effect. But then, we're still going to look at some horizontal levels. And of course, I personally do think it, as long as Ethereum is going to be holding on towards this horizontal range over here, it's going to be having a relatively more of a positive side on the market, and it could be relatively be as well a little bit more stronger for the imminent short term, and it could be seeing a more stronger bounce towards higher levels as well. What I should suggest, and of course no financial advisor, but what I'm personally doing, I mean, I've been accumulating a lot of Ethereum around these ranges here. I've have been starting to accumulate a 3x leverage long position on Ethereum. I will be keeping a position open for maybe 3 or 4 months from now on. I'm planning to build it up bigger and bigger and bigger as time continues, and of course if the market comes down, I will be even making it more bigger. The personally, I do think that Ethereum is going to be having a much further continuation up here. The reason why here is because I do believe the merge that will be coming out, this is the new update for Ethereum that will be coming out here in 2022 here, beginning of Q1 here, is going to be having a very wider positive effect on Ethereum. So I think Ethereum is definitely not bad for accumulation at all around these ranges. Of course, if we're going to look at April's slightly lower targets, we can see clearly, if we're going to just remove all the drawings for a second, we are forming some kind of a double bottom. And of course, a double bottom is definitely a very clear buy signal in my opinion, and I personally do not really see this as a bad opportunity at all here. If we're going to see further increases from up the highs here, we could be then maybe look for some kind of a major W structure getting formed in the market, and that could be resulting for a very significant continuation up here. And so far, Ethereum is showing already a particular strong recovery, like you can see here. It has been recovering since the drop of yesterday, and approximately 4% against Bitcoin. So Ethereum is definitely way stronger than Bitcoin right now. Here it's climbing up very quickly, already 3.5%, while Bitcoin is climbing up 2.7%. So Ethereum is definitely showing the strength here. You can clearly see as well here on this chart. And let me draw it a little bit differently, because yeah, like this here, you can clearly see we did cut another rejection of this range here. Personally, I do expect Ethereum is eventually going to be breaking through it, but of course we have found resistance on this level like we have been anticipating while we were just literally trading on the lows over here on the 0.05 here. So this was of course a resistance that we did saw coming, but as soon as we do break this resistance line, I personally see the continuation is going to get started for this bull flag scenario, and that could be having of course an effect that the market is going to be sent all the way up here towards that 8.5% target here against Bitcoin, what is going to be having a further wider effect on the market. And personally, I do see eventually that the Ethereum markets is going to be similar like 2017, but a major run up, but I don't see it afterwards coming down so massively again. So yeah, Ethereum is having a very strong run up here already for a while against Bitcoin, and personally I do think it's going to keep continuing in this trend. It's not going to go in a downtrend. I personally do expect it's going to go further on in this uptrend where it is right now trading on. So it's definitely very lovely to see here, and hopefully we're going to see an even much further continuation for the Ethereum price action right now here, while Bitcoin is as well absolutely pumping right now. But to be honest, we can say that for sure. It's absolutely pumping Bitcoin right now, and of course on this 1 hour candle, yeah, Ethereum is also doing a particular solid job here. So For Ethereum, yeah, we could be maybe running in towards some ever so slightly horizontal levels here. So we'll be keeping my eyes wide open for that one as well here. But yeah, we're going to keep our eyes set right now to Bitcoin. Let's see how it's going to be closing its 1 hour candle. Let's see if it's going to be seeing this further continuation. So definitely look forward towards it. The merge in Q1 2022. Yeah, it's true, man. You're laughing, but it's true. You're awesome. Absolutely amazing. Ethereum will be replaced. Place your bets on the number 2. Ethereum 2 won't be safe. Save it. I mean, I personally don't think so. I think that Ethereum, I mean, some people don't understand it, but they think like, oh, those other coins like those altcoins, if they are going to overtake Ethereum, they're going to be much better. But the point here, the whole point is that the whole ecosystem is built on Ethereum, and Ethereum can never be overtaken by a different altcoin. I can tell you already. But the point here is even different cryptocurrencies is going to have the same amount of an ecosystem built on the project. It's going to have the same issues as Ethereum, because like the Binance Smart Chain, literally Ethereum 2.0 will be exactly the Binance Smart Chain, but still it will be having some issues and a little bit of higher fees here, because still there are more projects built on the Ethereum chain than the Binance Smart Chain, of course. But it's going to be definitely be very exciting, because the Binance Smart Chain, that people don't know here, is literally a rip-off of Ethereum, but only proof of stake. That's the only thing that they changed up here. They literally copied their source code and they changed some things up, a few things. So Binance Coin is definitely just Ethereum, but then Binance Coin, it just has a different name. So don't be surprised. Ethereum 2.0 will be solving a lot of issues. It will be solving definitely the transaction fees drastically. It will be drastically reduce them. It will be, of course, allow not Ethereum to get mined anymore. It will be letting Ethereum, of course, become deflationary. It will be having a lot of positive effects on the market. And I don't see any altcoin overtaking Ethereum. I personally rather see Ethereum overtaking Bitcoin rather than altcoin overtaking Ethereum. That's more and more likely, in my opinion. So let me see here. The USA is trying to ban staking. That is not cool. But I mean, that's not cool, of course. Then you're very early live, of course, guys. Yeah, we are live early because we did saw market pump, and I thought let's jump on that live stream right away here. New people can't afford it. Gas fees will break it. It will keep people out. I mean, CS docking. That's why they're trying to of course, right now solve the issues, because that's the issue that they have. And with the merge, they are going to definitely solve that, because it will be going over proof of stake here. But yeah, definitely very exciting what we do have right now here. But of course, some people can't afford it, but we have to embrace the fact here is that you can as well just use layer 2 solutions. And of course, what we do know is right now that all these projects are built on the Ethereum network, and they're not going to just go out of the Ethereum network, and that is just a fact here. So yeah, of course the gas fees are particularly high, but yeah, so far we have to deal with it, and eventually we can scale it. If the updates comes out here. Let me see. Do you like XRP or not? I love it. I mean, I do like XRP, but I will be liking it even more as soon as they get their lawsuit done here. Because as soon as they do get a green light here, yeah, it's going to be allows further continuation up here. But so far, if we're going to look at XRP, yeah, you can clearly see we traded on the green line here. I can tell you already, for everyone who always wanted to be buying XRP, the green line. I've been talking several times about the green line here, like of course here as well in September. The green line is your accumulation zone. The green line is the level that you should be accumulating at. Last time around, we touched this level right away, shoot up here. Right now, we're trading on the green line as well. Once again, this green line has a lot of previous price action, like support, resistance, support, resistance, support, and once again support. So green line has a lot of history on the XP price action, and this green line is so far a very strong accumulation zone, and so far it keeps the trend in play here for XRP. So definitely looking forward towards it. But personally, I do expect that this level is likely to give us this continuation towards the upside for the XRP price action as well. By the way, BNB recovering like crazy. BNB is holding up very, very well here right now, I must say, to be honest. If we're going to look to the previous drop-off, yeah, we did create a 13% drop-off. We're right now only 7% below it, because yeah, we already searched another 7% towards the upside. So BNB recovering very quickly, trading on the trend line the whole time here, and you can clearly see it shows a little bit of insignificance right now here. So yeah, we'll be still keep my eyes out wide open in it. But let me real quickly look at the request from Mr. Mogul. You're saying, can we look at AVEX and see if it can go to 180 or sell now? Bought at 113.5. So is Avalanche still even more down from yesterday? So Avalanche since yesterday, of course, it saw a minor bounce here, but not as a strong bounce as you see with other coins here. So this is already, first of all, showing you some weakness that some other coins are going to, some other coins are showing some relatively strong bounces, like now Cardano is not really showing a strong bounce. Like I mean, only Shiba and Dogecoin are giving a strong bounce, to be honest, in these coins. I mean, Crypto.com showing a very strong bounce here, 80 cents once again. But yeah, Avalanche is not really showing a strong bounce here. You do expect this level to provide some support so far. Yeah, this holding is up ever so slightly. But you want to be seeing this level providing a little bit more support, of course. But yeah, can we be expecting Avalanche going back towards 113, sorry, 118? Have been yesterday going over it as well here. 118 is, of course, the range high over here. I personally think, yeah, it's still going to be possible. If we're going to look to a pattern, we could be right now unfolding. Yeah, we can clearly see we're in a downward sloping support line. We are forming as well downward slope resistance line. So I could be maybe aiming for rather to be selling off. Yeah, of course, this is approximately 118, this downward slope resistance line. But how fast we can increase, we don't know. I personally see AVAX will still going up and ever so slightly movement towards the upside as well. We're going to be zooming out ever so slightly. I will stop saying ever so slightly right now, but what you can see here, if AVAX, of course, we're going to zoom out and we're going to use the bigger trend line over here. You can clearly see, I'm going to remove the drawings for a second. You can clearly see this support line, of course, is going to be most likely hold us up here for the AVAX price action. Of course, if AVAX is not going to hold this this support line, it's going to be having a wider bearish effect on the market. So I'm going to be very curious on how this is going to be playing out. I will personally would love to see this providing us a continuation up here, but so far, yeah, we have been seeing a clear bounce, and so far I can say to you, I think we can be clearly see still the $1.18 getting reached here for you to sell here. So yeah, for you, you have to make up your own mind. Of course, I would have been already selling AVAX already way earlier. But for sure, on this retest over here, I would have been already going out. But for sure, AVAX, I don't think it's going to give you the maximum returns right now, since it is already, yeah, peaked out here basically in the market. So yeah, pretty interesting what we do have over here. And as well, AK is asking our opinion about Polkadot. So I will be going over Polkadot. Before I go into Polkadot, I will be real quickly talking about Crypto.com here. So Crypto.com, of course, guys, we can see we broke down of this this head and shoulders. We came down in this massive downtrend, in this massive distribution phase. And right now, since the lows, of course, we have been already climbing another 22% here. So that is why buying the dip, of course, can be giving you a lot of gains here. Just like you can see right now with the Crypto.com price action. Of course, what I will be saying to you guys out there, Crypto.com came down massively. I personally do expect that there could be a scenario that Crypto.com is going to do similar structure like AVAX. So it's going to increase towards the highs on 85 cents and then it's going to come down here. Or in other scenarios, that's going to form a new all-time high. It's going to get rejected once again because it's going to form a massive bearish divergence on the RSI. So there are two scenarios right now could be playing out. I will be saying to you guys out there, the risk is most certainly increasing if you're going to be buying your Crypto.com coins over here. Because if you're going to be buying your Crypto.com coins over here on this range here, you are most certainly buying into a more significant risk here. Because you know why I'm saying so? If the market, of course, saw a significant correction and afterwards is going to start pumping, you can see on a lot of momentum indicators, you lost loads amounts of momentum as well on the daily time frame. You lost loads amounts of momentum, but you could have been had with you, of course. And since we right now lost that momentum, we right now can clearly see that we are most likely, if we're going to see an increasement towards new all-time highs, going to form massive amounts of bearish divergence. So that's, of course, important to know. I did literally saw the top last time around here. I will be taking more profits on my Crypto.com because I never am not all out yet here, but I'm still want to be holding a few amount of these tokens, of course. But yeah, for sure, going to maybe potentially take some more profits out. I bought my most of my Crypto.com coins on 3 cents here, so yeah, selling at 90 cents here literally makes me a 30x on this token. I invested back then, of course, quite a lot in towards it. So for me, it's a particular big gain I make on this coin. So I'm locking in some profits. Yeah, and it's just on every target we're approaching. So 90 cents for me is going to be once again be a minor take profit target. Of course, if we're reaching the $1, I will be even going more out of it. But yeah, I'm very curious what it could be heading towards. But let's move in towards some Polkadot price action and let's see what we are having for Polkadot right now here and what we could be seeing for Polkadot further on. So Polkadot was trading, of course, on this very strong range here, and it will be as well go into VeChain, guys, in a second from here on. The Polkadot was trading, of course, on a very strong range here. Polkadot was trading on this previous resistance range that flipped into support over here, resistance, support. But of course, since Bitcoin showed us the drop off, of course, a lot of altcoins had a harder time. A lot of altcoins did had a harder time here, and one of these altcoins that did had a harder time here was, of course, as well Polkadot. And of course, it's pretty unfortunate to see so, but these things happen time to time that we do break incredible important support. So Polkadot had a major rally towards the upside. What I will say to you guys right now here, I think for every single altcoin you have like a season, right? So this was the Polkadot season over here. I don't see the Polkadot season to continue right now here. Because this was basically because the main level was getting launched here, etc. A lot of hype came towards the project. Right now I do see Polkadot do similar things like over here. Just a lot of sideways accumulation. I don't think that Polkadot is going to be the coin that is going to bring you the 5x right now for the remaining 3 months in the year. For the coming 3 months ahead of us right now. Well, of course, we only have 1 month remaining in the year, but for sure, I do think that the Polkadot is going to be giving you the best returns here, because it already had its hype run up, and right now you should rather look at different projects that still is about to do its hype run up here. But give me a second. So that's going to be quite exciting, of course, what we do have for that. Firstly, if we're going to look at some horizontal support on the daily time frame, we could be looking, of course, like this range over here. Yeah, we got stopped out here, and this could be, of course, right now provided some support over here. So that's going to be quite exciting what we do have for that one. If we're going to look at 4-hourly candles, we could be seeing just like it's doing on Bitcoin, Polkadot is doing the exact same, right? So it's forming a major bullish divergence on this market. It's forming a downward sloping support line. This downward sloping support line is, of course, a pretty crucial one to keep your eyes wide open on. We're forming a downward slope resistance line from the highs, so we're forming, similar structures right now on the market right here, and it could be, of course, pretty exciting, and what could be leading towards some much further continuations, of course, in this market. So, forming in a very interesting falling wedge structure right now here on the 4-hour candles, and that could be for sure still a thing that we could be looking for right now here. But together with the bullish divergence, this could be leading towards an ever some more bullish period in the market. As well, if we're going to look at the imminent short term, we were pretty oversold. We came back right now ever a little bit here, but you can see over here on the market, we're forming a downward slope resistance line. We're not seeing a very significant pump here towards the upside, while Bitcoin is doing so. So Polkadot is definitely losing some valuation against Bitcoin right here. What is, of course, always a little bit more bearish here, because it's losing value against Bitcoin. Like you can see over here, it is the Bitcoin chart against Polkadot. It has been losing massive amounts of value against Bitcoin. So that's, of course, unfortunate, because it's basically trading in a downtrend against Bitcoin. And what you want to be seeing if you're going to be buying into certain altcoins is that is the comparison against Bitcoin looking strong here. And right now, we did broke the very strong support on the highs here. I was hoping to see this major previous resistance level, of course, over here as well, flipping into support, but you can clearly see we came below it once again. And right now, if I really want to be saying when is a good time to be accumulating Polkadot, I'm going to extend these lines there. I'm going to be looking when Polkadot is going to be coming down towards the range lows over here, because every single time here on previous price action, if Polkadot comes back towards this green box on the lower side, this shows you a good aggregate buy price for Polkadot against Bitcoin. And what you eventually want to be doing here is make gains against Bitcoin, not against the US dollar. Because Polkadot is going to be rising. Polkadot is going to be rising in this value. But what you want to be doing in all kinds of altcoins, because every single altcoin in the top 100 is going to be rising against the US dollar. But what you want to be seeing eventually, that it is going to rise against Bitcoin, because then you're increasing your Bitcoin valuation, because otherwise you were just better off by hodling Bitcoin. And of course, the reason why we do buy altcoins is, of course, to make more gains and to accumulate more Bitcoins. At least that is my reason why I'm buying into a lot of these altcoins right now here. So pretty interesting what we do have right now here, but so far we're forming maybe a new important upper sloping support line, what we already broke here, so that's a little bit more unfortunate to see. But so far, if you're going to look to this market, you can clearly see higher low getting formed here. So far we're in a particular strong high-low structure, what could be, of course, having a little bit more of a bullish effect on the market still for the remaining days. And for the remaining days in this market right here. So would love to see a bounce against Bitcoin getting created here on the Polkadot chart. If we can see so, this will be leading for way much further continuation. But guys, real quickly, going to be asking a favor for you guys out there. Right now, I see we're only 2 subscribers away before smashing it up here towards this target of 70.1k subscribers. So, guys, have you already subscribed to the channel? Let me know in the chat here. But if you haven't already, make sure to smash the subscribe button. We'll be truly appreciated, because only 2 more of you guys have to slap it up, and we could be seeing the 70.1k target getting reached. And what would be, of course, really amazing if we can reach it right now on the stream here. So, Let me see. A Market Boy right away donate to the channel here. Thank you for your 18 dirhams you did donate to the channel, and you're saying you're number one. I mean, thank you so much for donation. Yours will highly appreciated on the channel. But let me go over VeChain, because VeChain, of course, is a coin that we do have to discuss here every single day, because VeChain is, of course, a coin that I've been accumulating massively around here. VeChain, of course, has been seeing a very significant drop off here, just like a lot of other coins here. We do know, of course, that the market in general, a lot of altcoins in general, took a particular big hit here. And right now we want to be seeing what we could be doing, and right now we want to be, of course, use once again our funds to our benefit, and we want to be, of course, accumulate coins at lower prices. So what we can see right now here, yeah, VeChain came down massively in the downtrend where Bitcoin was trading in, of course. Right now, VeChain on the imminent short term is seeing an ever so slightly bounce. Of course, not the most strongest bounce against Bitcoin. VeChain is still losing valuation. I must give that one to you guys out there, because VeChain, yeah, did clearly still got rejected on the Bitcoin valuation chart here. Like you can see, we have this downtrend on the Bitcoin compared to VeChain chart, and you can clearly still see we have not been breaking through this level yet here. And of course, it's going to be quite crucial to see this breakthrough on this range here. And personally, right now, if we're going to look at the market, we are trading on very strong support. So what I will be saying to you guys out there is VeChain worth the risk to be buying right now against Bitcoin. So what you can see clearly is that previous support was found on this range here, previous resistance, previous support. Right now we're trading again on it. So is VeChain a good buy against Bitcoin? It is indeed trading on a very strong level of support. So this shows us that it is definitely worth the risk to accumulate VeChain against Bitcoin right now here. As well, if we're going to look at the VeChain compared to US dollar pair, we do see it's coming down right now. It is still trading in a very significant uptrend. So higher low getting formed, higher low getting formed, higher low getting formed there. So far we're still forming a high and low. I would like to see, of course, this level getting touched here around the 10 cents there. This upper sloping support like could be as well still provide us very strong support for the VeChain price action. And every single time we do touch this line here, we tend to, of course, increase towards new highs here. So VeChain moves up as well compared to Bitcoin, but in these very significant trends up and down here. And personally, right now, this looks to be that we could be in the beginning phase of a next major trend reversal back towards the highs here. And of course, if VeChain that is going to create this continuation towards the upside from of this point, this will be allowing us to, of course, right now still scoop up some more cheap VeChain. And of course, I personally do still say I think VeChain is going to be, of course, absolutely crush all expectations and is going to smash through the all-time highs here. So I'm definitely looking forward towards that range here. What is going to be still quite crucial for VeChain is going to be this breakthrough of the range high above it. So this is going to be quite an important level to witness right now for VeChain. This is, of course, the major resistance box of the previous support and the resistance over here. Of course, if the increasement comes towards that level again here, towards the 20 cents approximately, I do want to be seeing a breakthrough of this range. And as soon as we do break above this range high here on the VeChain daily chart here, I personally see a much further continuation towards higher targets getting generated from up that point here. So yeah, it's going to be quite crucial here. If I'm going to look in towards the 4-hourly candles, yeah, we did saw that movement up here, but then of course Bitcoin did start to ruin the party. So we're right now still going to look at this downward sloping, which is like this here. We can clearly see that we are finding an upper sloping, downward sloping support line right now as well, and this could be so far provided still as well some minor support on this market, but could be allowing us to, of course, see an ever so slightly bounce from it every single time here. So yeah, it's going to be looking like some kind of a parallel channel that we're right now trading in. You want to be seeing right now eventually for VeChain, where of course it is already rising approximately 6.3% towards the upside. I do right now want to be seeing this continuation towards highs around the 12.5 cent. And of course, if we do break this trend line resistance above us, then we could be seeing this continuation in an uptrend getting started. Because yeah, right now we're clearly trading in a downtrend for VeChain. But I tell you already, the best times to be accumulating altcoins are when they are in downtrends. And of course, if you're buying into downtrends, you're buying maybe into something that doesn't feel right, but eventually it's going to be feel right, because buying into downtrends will be give you the best biggest gains here. Because if you're buying into a downtrend, a trend reversal will always give you the biggest returns here. So trend reversals if we are waiting for right now here, but personally I do think it's just a matter of time that we're going to get. So Mena, let me move into Decentraland for a second here. Decentraland, of course, came down as well, but I mean a lot of altcoins like Sand and Decentraland, they were in a very good run up here basically. But Bitcoin yesterday did clearly ruin the party. Bitcoin, of course, ruined the party because Bitcoin said, okay, we're going to drop off 10% there. And of course, a lot of altcoins got dragged with it. And of course, one of those altcoins that got dragged towards the downside was Decentraland here, Mena. And of course, I'm very happy with this coin. I already sold it here, but I apparently bought it for 15 cents very long time ago here. in February 2021 here. So I'm very happy with the gains that I did make on Mana, and I of course out of nowhere found a wallet what still was having on it. I was just checking my Coinbase account, and apparently I still had some Mana tokens on it. So I made a very good gain on this coin, and I'm very excited about where it's heading towards right now here. So what this looks to be doing, of course, currently is that Mana is of course forming a higher low, more exponential low. So it's forming definitely exponential lows towards the upside. So it's of course definitely still in a bullish structure that I must give to you guys out there. This of course looks like a little bit more of a bullish bias market structure, to be honest. And of course in this such kind of a structure, you do want to be buying every single dip here. And right now, of course, the dip that you could have been buying was of course the $4.33 here. But personally right now, I don't think that Mana is necessarily over, but I do think the risk is most certainly increasing to be accumulating into Mana, because Mana, I don't think it's going to give you the 10x from here on, because if we're going to look to Mana or Mana, I don't know how you exactly actually say it, to be honest. You can see it's already trading on P23 here, on the place 23 on the market coin market cap. As well, what we do see here for Decentraland is that it is having an 8.6 billion market cap. So doing a 10x from here on is still possible, but it's definitely a little bit less likely, of course, to be expecting from up this point here. So yeah, we will be not expecting a 10x necessarily from up this point here, but yeah, for sure 2 to 3x from here on is still definitely possible for Decentraland here. So what we are going to look for, of course, then is going to be a much further continuation for the parabolic run up that we're currently in here. But I will be saying to you guys out there, every single time that we do, of course, go extremely overextended and then come down massively and then increase further on towards the optimized, we tend to create a lot of bearish divergence. So yeah, the most certainly there's a very big possibility that the Decentraland is going to just continue further on from this point. But I do as well expect that there could be a scenario playing out that the top is already in, and that we could be seeing a very significant long period of sideways action on this market. And let me right away as well move into Cent here. Do you know Cent? What I want to be saying with Cent here, I do think that Cent is already a little bit closer towards its peak here. You know why? I personally think that Cent is going to be seeing a top out here as soon as the game comes out here. So in 2 days from now on, November the 29th here, we do know that the Sandbox game, the alpha version, is going to come out here. As soon as the alpha version does come out, I personally think it's going to be sell the news, buy the rumor stuff here. And you can clearly see we could be maybe then get from that point a minus sell. So what I do expect for Cent here is that we could be seeing for the remaining 2 days a little bit more of a bearish bias structure. Of course, it has been moving down as well in a downward structure on the market. It has been down 26% from its all-time high, and I do not think it's a good buy if you did bought above the $7, in my opinion. So I think Cent could be very much done with its rally right now. I'm not saying that's never going to form a new all-time high anymore. I'm only going to say for the imminent short term, I do see Cent is going to be topping out here and see some more cool periods getting started. And right now, of course, the gaming hype run up here, the metaverse hype run up, it looks to be a little bit like from over. But of course, they're going to be as well a lot of other projects. Like they're going to be soon again. There's going to be a different type of altcoin that's going to be exploding, because we first had like it all began with DeFi. DeFi coins absolutely exploded. Then it were, I think, Polkadot ecosystem coins. So Polkadot ecosystem coins absolutely exploded. Then we had meme coins, I think. Then the meme coins started. All meme coins were literally doing 10x's. You had SafeMoon, you had Dogecoin, you had Shiba, of course. And then you had this period of what it was. It was not gaming before. It was, yeah. Then we had the NFT boom or whatsoever, you know. There was a weird different boom. And then we got like the game boom. And right now we have the game slash metaverse hype. And you have every single time, if you look back to the cryptocurrency space right now in 2021, and if we're looking to where are the big gains being made here, is every single time in these hype run-ups of these altcoins. So the next hype we're going to recognize as soon as possible. I personally think the next big hype is going to come towards DeFi projects again here, because literally a year ago we started as well in the beginning of the year with the DeFi hype. I personally think the DeFi hype can be starting again here, and out of nowhere a lot of DeFi tokens are going to be absolutely exploding. So what you can do is of course take certain positions in certain DeFi projects, and as well if we're going to see another hype going to start, I mean I will be not buy anymore in towards the metaverse hype anymore. I think it's too late, so I'm not buying into the metaverse hype anymore. But as soon as we're going to see a different hype getting started, we're going to be the first one that's trying to react towards it. We're going to look at very certain gems that we could be accumulating that have the possibility to, of course, absolutely explode here. So definitely very excited what we do have over here. But let me quickly check here. Can you please chant the Twitter of Dan? Sorry, Kudem. There's some big things coming up here. Oh, this is not Kudem. Quant or Quant, I don't know, Qtum. They have some big things coming up here. So the Qtum blockchain will halve for the first time. Oh, a block, which date is that? The block 1400 for 1.4 million. So it has this positive effect on the market. It's going to be the real big question. It's having so far particularly not a lot of interesting effect here. To be honest, it's still down massively. Of course, it's in P85 coin here, still only 1.4 billion market cap, so it still has a lot of potential to grow here. But yeah, from 7 days away from it, and it was the 24th of November. So it's going to be happening around the 1st of December, so it's pretty crazy, the halving of the Qtum block. So it's basically the supply growth cut in half here. So it happens every single 4 years here, and that's the first halving that we do get over here. So it will be definitely kill the inflation rates a little bit, and that's of course positive that we do have here for the Qtum price action. I don't know exactly what Qtum is doing here, to be honest. It's been around here since 2017 or 2018. I remember a friend of mine, he bought it towards his coin, yeah, in 2017 once it just came out, and then he made like a 10x of it or so. So yeah, pretty interesting. I never knew what it was here. It's smart contracts, proof of stake. So pretty interesting. It's just smart contracts project. So yeah, let's see how it's going to be working out here, Qtum. But personally, I do think, yeah, once we're going to get this this block halving event here, it's going to be having a little bit more of a positive effect on the market here. But yeah, the maximum supply is 107 million. Yeah, pretty interesting. It can easily do, of course, a 10x from here on, 20x from here on, to be honest. And especially if we're looking at the price that it's not really reacting towards this halving event here, because it's still standing particularly low here. To be honest, $14 only. I personally think it can easily move up way further from up this point here. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward towards where it is heading towards from this range here, and hopefully we could be seeing a much further continuation for Qtum. And of course, if you're holding it, it's going to be lovely. Thank you, Robert, for getting me through the last calm and sheet, because I was feeling panicking. I mean, you know the whole point here. Maybe the market is going to be down for another 2 weeks here. But I mean, personally, I mean, I don't care, because personally, I do know that the market is going to come back up here eventually. And as soon as the market comes up here, at that time, once the market is once again going to trade on 67k here, I have way more crypto. Accumulated, so my portfolio will be having way more valuation. So benefit from the times that the market is low here. Benefit as well from the times to trade the market once the market is low. And these are times that we should be, of course, benefit altogether from, and I definitely don't think it's a reason to be worried. I don't never see a market drop-off a reason to be selling. No, I see market drop-offs a reason to be buying more here. And of course, some people, some haters will be maybe say, Bitcoin dropped there, what happened? But of course, it's not only Bitcoin that's dropping, because it's the whole stock market that's dropping. It is, of course, FUD in the market. And if we're going to look back here towards all kinds of things that happen because of the lockdown, of course, and those kind of FUD that we currently have in the market. The markets only grow from these kinds of FUD here. So that's definitely very exciting. What gets me here, someone saying Adidas is partnering up with Sandbox. That's already like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I think. That's pretty old news. Let me real quickly go over Cardano as well here. But yeah, pretty interesting. Make sure to benefit from the lower prices right now. And let me quickly check the S&P, of course, yesterday came down particularly quickly, like you can see over here, right? So S&P came down yesterday. For everyone who doesn't know yet here, S&P came down 3%. That is, of course, quite a lot for the S&P 500 to come down so massively, and that's, of course, having a little bit more of a bearish effect on the market. And as well, what you can see here, dollar index as well dropping like crazy. Of course, if the dollar index right now is going to be topping out here, look at this here, it's forming this weekly candle into the red here, and that's going to be having a wider positive effect on the market. So if the dollar index is going to continue a downtrend from up this point, it's going to be lovely, because if the dollar index is right now going to go in a downtrend, this will be resulting in Bitcoin seeing a much further continuation towards higher targets, and this will be allowing Bitcoin to grow much further on from up this point. So I'm personally getting very excited about, yeah, if this dollar index is going to go in this downtrend, and I will be, of course, trying to for sure benefit from it, for, of course, accumulating more and more Bitcoins. But let me talk about Cardano like I promised you guys to do so. So Cardano, of course, we retraced our level of support on the lower side here. So far, we have been seeing a very strong bounce here. We have been looking at this level, of course, already while we were trading on $1.70. cents here. Guys, that right now, yeah, Cardano is right now looking to be, of course, a coin that we really want to be accumulating, right? This $1.50 range here. So if you did it, so yeah, congratulations, of course. So Cardano finally went oversold here. For the last time, Cardano was so oversold here, guys. Real quickly going to give you guys a history lesson here on the Cardano price section. But the Cardano, last time it was so oversold, it was here trading on the March 2020 pandemic, while it was trading on 0.000 165 here. So yeah, it was not even a tenth of an penny. So it was pretty crazy here. So yeah, Cardano, of course, came up since then, particularly massively. But since right now, once again, it's oversold, it does shows you what kind of levels you're buying in. You're buying into very low risk levels, and that is, of course, why I don't think that Cardano is a bad buy right now here, because you're buying into most certainly low risk for high reward levels, and that's, of course, always lovely to see. If you're buying into an oversold territorium, you're buying into towards a rather lower risk for higher reward scenario, and that's, of course, the lovely part about why Cardano is a rather good buy here for the coming 3 months here. And don't say Cardano is a good buy for tomorrow, because Cardano can be literally, of course, tomorrow still maybe go down here. But if we're going to look at longer time frames, yeah, we could see that Cardano is going to increase from this point, and we then could be seeing, of course, that Cardano is a potentially good buy here. So for longer term, Cardano is definitely a good buy here. Once I'm saying longer term, I do talk really about the coming 2 to 3 months here, because I do personally think that's going to be playing us play off massively in our benefits right now, if you're going to be accumulating around these ranges over here on this market. So that's definitely very lovely to see here, and it's definitely very exciting to see here. If we're going to do again, then as well go in towards the lower time frames, you can clearly still see here market is coming down particularly quickly. Of course, you can see market is coming down in a particular rapid pace here. You can clearly see we're forming some kind of a parallel channel here along the way down here. This, of course, a parallel channel is, of course, a relatively still neutral pattern, of course, that we do have here on the market. A parallel channel, of course, guess if we do break this parallel channel, we could be then maybe go in for a further continuation up here. So that's going to be lovely to see. So if we can be getting that one, because yeah, parallel channel will be eventually lead towards a continuation of the breakthrough of the downtrend, and that could be then lead, of course, for a continuation towards higher targets on this market. So yeah, for me, it's going to be quite crucial to see Cardano breaking this downtrend. As soon as we do break this downtrend, this could be helping us for a continuation up. Of course, on the extreme low time frames, like the 1 hour time frame right here, yeah, we could be looking, of course, for some more consolidation. You can see clearly Cardano is going a little bit more sideways. Yeah, Cardano has been, yeah, maybe form some kind of a resistance target over here. So you can see resistance high getting formed there, upper sloping support line. So this looks to be, of course, some kind of apex getting reached here on this market. So I'm definitely looking forward towards what we do have on this market, and what we could be expecting for the breakout of this symmetrical triangle right now on the 1 hour candle. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward towards where we could be heading towards from this point. $1.70 right now trading on. So yeah, looking forward towards where we could be heading towards, and pointing our fingers towards from this point. But it looks to be that we are most likely going to be having an imminent continuation up here as well, guys. Real quickly, going to inform you guys about a hidden gem here on the market. V-Launch, guys, I don't know if you already have checked, probably you guys already heard about it, but V-Launch is going to be coming out anytime soon here in December 2021. What is going to be quite crucial, and what's going to be quite sick here, because you guys, if you do want to be earning some free tokens, and if you do want to be, of course, if you're interested in this coin as well here, make sure to go and check this out. Already added to your favorites here on CoinMarketCap. It's right now on 8,000 people, their wish list, but make sure to add it as well, because if you don't know already what this project is all about here, they have not been launching a Medium yet here. They currently only have a Twitter, they have a Telegram, and you can earn their free tokens if you're going to be active in their Telegram. So make sure to join their Telegram, and you can follow their Telegram through their Twitter page here. But I'm personally as well very excited about this project, because if you don't know what this project is, it's basically going to be a launchpad like Bait Network, you know, these kinds of launchpad, because Bait Network as well got a launchpad, and it's going to be a similar launchpad here. But then, of course, it's going to be V-Launch, and V-Launch is going to be insane, because they are going to be only launching very good projects, and there are going to be 180 influencers working on the project that are going to be working together with those projects that are going to get launched. So it's going to be quite exciting on how it's going to be playing out. I personally think this token literally on day of release can do a 100x, and I'm not lying, because I think the hard cap, or the initial market cap, is particularly low. I don't know exactly how high the initial market cap is going to be for V-Launch, but I can tell you already V-Launch is definitely going to do a 100x. I think the V-Launch is going to do a 100x, so it's going to be particularly crazy on how it's going to be moving up here, and I'm very much looking forward towards where it is going to move up towards, of course. So yeah, very excited about what we do have here. Their Twitter account already got 100k followers, and if you're going to be, let's say, going to be very alert, I don't know exactly when it's going to get launched yet here, but if you're going to be one of the first ones that can be literally buy this coin on launch day, you're going to maybe make a 50x here, or maybe a 100x in literally in one day, because I'm not kidding, I think the initial market cap is like 1 million or so, and it can easily go to 100 or maybe 5 I say 100 million is pretty low here. I think it can easily go to 1 billion, to be very honest. So it's going to be a particularly big project here. There's very much people involved. It's currently, they have literally the biggest Telegram group of all Telegram groups. So make sure to check it out here. Make sure to go to the Telegram over there and follow it for a second. And I will be, of course, talk more about it here in the future as soon as the token is getting launched here. Because, yeah, it's going to be make me quite exciting about how it's going to roll out and how it's going to be playing out over here. They have been partnering up with the fundamentals about top. Yeah, indeed. Chainlink is indeed a very good project. I mean, I have to give that one to you here. I mean, Chainlink is indeed a very good, it's a very, very good coin here, and it's definitely an undervalued one as well. And Chainlink is, of course, going to be staying around for a while here. Chainlink is not going to disappear out of nowhere. Chainlink is, of course, very good partnerships, and I don't see Chainlink is definitely going to stay around. And I've said several times before. I mean, Chainlink buying around these levels over here, increasement towards the highs here could be already mean a 50% increasement from this point. I think that Chainlink over here around these levels is going to be such a low risk buy for such potential high rewards here. Of course, if you're going to look at Chainlink, where it's trading, Chainlink is trading on P20 right now, right? So Chainlink can easily do a 3x from here on, 4x maybe from here on. Chainlink is right now trading on $25 US. It can reach easily $70 US in my opinion. So is Chainlink a good buy right now? Yes, I do think so. Can Chainlink go exponential? Yes, I do think so. So is Chainlink a good buy? Yes, it is. I personally think really it's going to be a very strong investment that you could be making right now for the Chainlink price action on the current time of recording. So I definitely can't wait to see what we're going to be having for Chainlink, and I definitely can't wait to see where the market of Chainlink is heading towards from this point here. So let me see. Way in the price, indeed. I think Chainlink is as well in the price, but we have been saying about that already several times. But you can clearly see here, it's been forming higher lows along the trend here. Since this higher low structure has been getting formed here, this is of course having yeah, a little bit more of a bullish effect on us here and on the market where we're currently trading on. So that's of course respectively a little bit more bullish that we do have here. So I'm definitely looking forward towards on how that is going to be playing out here. Let me oh, sorry, I have to quickly search this up. Yes, like this. So yeah, Chainlink is still forming respectively higher lows here, and that's of course having a bullish effect on this market that we're currently trading in. So I'm looking forward towards where we could be heading towards from off this point here, and I definitely can't wait to see how it is going to be playing out for Chainlink right now here. And personally think it's going to be allowing us, of course, this continuation towards way higher targets eventually. Have been as well saying here in this momentum shift here down here. Everyone thought Chainlink was dead here, Chainlink was over, but what basically happened in this shift towards the downside over here is that a lot of distribution went on here. So a lot of people that were willing to exit the Chainlink market that of course accumulate extremely cheap here. I mean, I accumulated my Chainlink on $2, the main amount of my Chainlink, $1.80 here. So the people that accumulate on the range slow over here has been distributing over here, right? And that's the reason why we're standing right now still relatively low. The people that distributed are right now out of the market, and we right now are going to have less and less sellers across the border. And eventually it's going to be allowing Chainlink, of course, to see this continuation up because that happens. So personally, I do see this as a positive effect here. And personally, I do see this as well as a better accumulation zone because we already saw after the major increasement here, we already saw 2 distribution phases here. So more and more weekends are out of the market already, as well over here we saw a lot of weekends getting shaked out of the market. So I do think that Chainlink is definitely a good risk to reward buy right now, and of course they need Chainlink, they need this Oracle network, so it's going to be of course still be around afterwards as well. EGLD is pumping hard, bro, so let me quickly check. EGLD is pumping really hard, so I've been still in an EGLD position. And let me see here. I've been still in an EGLD trading position, like I told you guys yesterday on. I've been accumulating an EGLD position of $400 US. So EGLD is pumping very hard on the imminent short term here. I see it. So ETLD, of course, making myself very good gains here. I definitely love to see ETLD pumping up so quickly towards the upside again here. But of course, this is still the beginning, in my opinion. I think ETLD can easily go towards, let's say, $600 maybe or so. So I'm definitely looking forward towards that one. I definitely can't wait to see what we could be getting from off that point if we're going to be seeing such a major increasement towards the upside. Great for ETLD. Real quickly going to say to you guys out there, I've been saying several times about ETLD, why it is a good time to be buying the coin here, because you know why ETLD is a good buy here, and I've said it several times here, and please don't say to me I have not said that ETLD is a good buy here, because if we're going to look at the funding rates here, and if we're then going to be looking in towards ETLD here, I don't know exactly where it is standing, but let me see. Oh, look at this. Oh my gosh, guys. Of course, it's still negative. It's still negative. So what you can see over here, ETLD, right? I will be quickly, I can't really select this very properly. So you can see ETLD here on the left side. So on this range over here. So you can see right now the funding rates. ETLD, it has funding range of minus 0.05 here. So the funding rates are so extremely negative that you're getting so much paid to be in a position on ETLD. So I opened a long position on ETLD, and I get literally paid 0.5% x my funding fees every 8 hours. So I get paid quite a lot here to just be in my position of ETLD, and while the market is even moving up. So right now that means, because the funding rates are so negative, that basically means that there are a lot of shorters in the market, and that basically gives me right now the signal that ETLD was a very good accumulation zone over here. And of course, I already told you guys yesterday about this, that the funding rates on ETLD were extremely low, and that ETLD was a very good risk to reward buy on the $400. So right now, still extremely negative. So is it too late to right now open a long position on ETLD? No, it's not too late yet here. And what can we be expecting for ETLD? And you maybe think, Rover, this is sounding very silly, but personally, I do see a major parabolic run-up right now getting started. Because the funding rates is so negative, we're going to get a major short squeeze, and we're going to see a major increasement towards the upside. We're going to see a major increasement towards the upside in a very rapid pace towards maybe targets around $600. So make sure that you are prepared for this. I don't think that ETLD is done and dusted. I think it just is getting started. It could be literally right now, see it's ready towards the $1,000 from off this point getting started. And of course, if we're going to go to $1,000, that will be truly amazing to see. So but personally, I do right now see this is going to be the rally, and this is going to be an extreme big continuation towards the upside, especially since the funding rates are negative. It allows me to be in this position. It gives me the signal. There are more shorters in this market than longers. There's more shorting fee than longing fee, what means that the longers, if you're getting long, you don't have to cover your fees. No, the shorters are going to cover the longs. So that's, of course, the lovely part about accumulating your tokens of ETLD right now. I think if you're just going to spot buy it, I think you should do it. And of course, if you do want to be trading ETLD, guys, make sure to check out the link in the description, because here on BYBIT in the description, you could be finding out your link here, and you could be opening a very significant trade here on ETLD yourself as well. You could be, of course, spot trade, or you could leverage trade, whatever you want, wherever you feel comfortable with. But do know, ETLD, in my opinion, is a very good risk to reward buy, since of course the funding rates are so massively in the negative, and of course it just allows you to be accumulating in towards a low risk zone here. Together with, of course, we have been seeing a parabolic run up here. We do know that this is a good project. We do know that it is most likely going to see a much further continuation up here, and personally I do think this is just the beginning. And as well, if we're going to look at ETLD, where it is standing in terms of market capitalization, we know it's only an $8 billion market cap coin here, and we do know, because it's only an 8 billion market capitalization coin here, that it can easily do a 10x, and it can easily do a 5x. Let's keep it by that point. So it can easily do a 5x from here on. But yeah, 100% from this coin, 100% increases from off this point. So let's say ETLD is going to trade at $1,000. It's definitely not out of the books here, and personally I do really expect it's going to be very likely to see here. So is it possible to do for a coin in the top 100 to do a 10x? Yes. If we're going to look all the way down here, we're going to look at some shit projects. Let's just say Raven coin. It only has a 1 billion market cap. So to do a 10x, it has to be a 10 billion market cap. A 10 billion market cap is already P22 here. So for sure, very much possible here, in my opinion. So yeah, if you're going to look at these coins here with only a 2 billion here, yeah, easy job here. I personally think it can be easily happening. As well, if you're going to look like coins to that could be have a lot of potential. I mean, for me, I don't really see a lot of coins that I right now think like, oh, those are going to be exploding, right? So Yeah, you can see 0x is a little bit undervalued maybe. But yeah, if you're going to see coins below a billion, yeah, that one can easily do a 10x for sure. But yeah, you want to be looking as well, is the project good here? Not necessarily, oh, it's a project what you want to be doing. You know, I want to be doing an experiment, right, guys? I want to be doing an experiment on the channel. And you know what my experiment is going to be here? I want to be investing 10,000 US dollars in all the top 100 coins. So I'm going to make a diversified portfolio. I'm going to make a whole separate portfolio, and I'm going to invest 10,000 US dollars in every single top 100 coin, but not into Tether and not into USDC, of course. And then I'm going to see what's going to be playing out here. I'm going to just have a very diversified portfolio. And I have meme coins on my portfolio. I have gaming coins. I have all kinds of projects. And let's say only one of them has to do a 10x, and 10 of them can lose their valuation, right? So I think it's going to be a very interesting strategy. I'm going to be playing it out. I want to be trying it out for a video maybe on the channel. I'm going to show you guys the results then afterwards. So I'm very curious on how it's going to be playing out here, and I'm very curious if it could be working, right? So just for fun purposes, I want to be trying that for once here, to buy the whole top 100 and just invest 10k in all of them, and let's see what's going to be playing out. But that's of course maybe for a later time here. But yeah, pretty interesting ideas that we do have for the market. But I think, yeah, if we're going to look to each LD here, it's definitely a coin that you should be scooping up anytime soon here. I think it's a very good risk to reward buy right here, and it's going to definitely do still in the 5x from here on this point. Interesting. Yeah, indeed. It's pretty interesting, right? I think it's a small but interesting idea to do. Very interesting idea to do here. But guys, we're quickly going to ask a favor. I see we're right now having 283 likes, guys. Only 10 more likes. Only 10 more likes, so we're going to smash up to 300 likes. So guys, if you haven't already smashed up the like button, don't forget to do so. It will be truly appreciated if you're going to smash up and slap up that like button right now here on the channel, if you haven't already, of course. So make sure to slap up that like button. It will be truly appreciated. Bull trap, I mean, bro, come on, don't say that. I mean, yeah, some people could be say it's a bull trap or whatsoever, and some the people that are going to right now say Bitcoin is going back to 30k, I'm going to laugh very hard to the people that are saying right now Bitcoin is the bear market or Bitcoin is going back to 30k, but eventually we do know Bitcoin is going to be rising and Bitcoin is going to come back way much stronger here. No, not 10k per coin, because that doesn't make any sense here. Just 10k of total in total US dollar valuation. Did we already compare Bitcoin to the May down period? No, we have not done so, but I don't really need a comparison between those two, to be honest. But yeah, we could be doing so. But yeah, if you're going to compare it, I mean, does it look similar? No. But could it be going further down from up here at this point? Of course, Bitcoin, yes, for sure. What we can see right now here, we'll be had an approximately 22% correction right now in the market. So I think 22% correction is a particularly big one already. So here it was 22. In September it was 25%. In January we saw let me see, a 31%. In February we saw 26%. So I mean 22% is still respectively low here. Here 18%. So we're right now only seeing a 22% correction. So for Bitcoin standards, a 22% correction, not a lot. Not a lot for Bitcoin standards, of course, but for sure, it's still unfortunate that we are getting this correction, of course, in the market. But yeah, if you're in doubt, zoom out. And I'm not in doubt, of course, but I'm still zooming out because it just gives me a clear view about where we are right now standing, and how we're going to be developing further on these charts here. Because yeah, it's going to be an exciting time. Let me quickly copy this here as well. I personally think we're going to get similar structures like this here again in the market eventually. But yeah, I think the recovery could be very quickly for Bitcoin towards the upside from off this point, especially since we're trading on the spread. And of course, guys, I have been saying it in the beginning of the stream already. For me right now, we'll be ready to look as well to the RSI wedges as soon as we do get a breakthrough of this one. Yeah, we could be then maybe give you guys a signal where we could be then heading towards. Rejection on 64k would not be bad. Top 20? No. Top 100 coins. Let me see. Let me see. When are you going to give away 50 bitcoins? Have I ever said 50 bitcoin? No, I've never said that, bro. I've never said that. Let me see. Kudum cap and handle. So yeah, we could be looking for Kudum for a second here towards the chart, but I mean, I'm not going to necessarily look at the weekly time frame chart here, and I'm going to zoom out all the way here and say for a massive cup and handle. Yeah, you are creating one, to be honest, but yeah, not very nice neckline, to be honest, so I don't really approach it like that. It went all the way up to $35 here in May 2021. So the real big altcoin hype run up here, of course. But ever since then, of course, it created a very strong trend up here. Bottomed out right to $5, of course, made a strong 3x from it. If you bought it right to $5, so that's of course a very lovely, amount of gains you did made on that one. You can clearly see that Qdom, of course, has been finding some very strong horizontal resistance on this market, and definitely looking forward towards where we could be heading towards right now here. If we're going to look towards this chart here, we can clearly see we're right now forming a new upward sloping support line towards higher levels. And of course, yeah, what we can currently see from this point is that we could be most likely see a further continuation towards higher targets here getting created. So I'm definitely looking forward towards where we could be heading towards. And Unum, $15, yeah, doing a particularly good job here. So far we are doing a very good job here. What we are having, higher low getting formed, higher low getting formed, higher low getting formed on the market. So far we are definitely in an uptrend on the daily time frame, so we're doing a particularly strong job here. So yeah, very much looking forward towards where we're heading towards. And out of nowhere, guys, I see someone asking about the giveaway, and I thought, about what giveaway? But right now I just come back in my mind here that yesterday we did we're of course proposing a giveaway on the channel, and that was with, of course, this one. What is your Bitcoin daily kind of prediction? So I will be looking after the stream in towards this one, and I will be tweeting towards the one who did want it. And of course, if you literally tweeted like 2 hours before the daily close, or just an hour after the daily close, or even after the daily close, you will be getting disqualified. If you send it more than 2 times as well, you will be getting disqualified. But the one who was of course right, or $50 off, will be winning $50. But I will be going over this because I'm not going to read all through all these things right now here, right, on the live on the stream. But I will be going over this through off the stream here. But I totally forgot it for a second here, so we'll be keeping it open, and we'll be reading in towards it after the stream here, guys, to announce the winner. So unfortunately, I was not. I mean, I've not able to check it yet here. I've been waking up here, and I totally forgot about it. But let me see. The daily candle close was 54. Let me see, 54, 53. Let me quickly see this correctly. So 53,786. So yeah, 53,800. Let's say that. So 53,800. So let's see if there are some people right here. Most likely there are going to be some people right, and of course, like I just told you a moment ago, if you're going to be, let's say, be right, like you just say them an hour before the close here, or even after the close, you're going to get disqualified. So I will be checking it after the stream here, but of course, I don't think a lot of people are going to be right here, but the ones that were right, they're going to be making very good profits here. So someone is saying 54,450. Then you're a little bit off, man, but you were particularly close here. You were particularly close here with the daily candle, 53,786. So you were particularly close. So yeah, very excited what we do have right now, and we'll be checking it after the stream, guys. The big question mark: have you passed so it's a very good question. I've been answering that question already several times. Yo, Rover, mine was 53,850. I mean, then you were particularly close here. If you were dead, and then you were. I mean, let me see it correctly. Oh, Mo, then you just missed out by approximately $30. So you were very close. I said it during the stream. I mean, yeah, you had to tweet it, Mohit. You had to tweet it. If you want to be winning this, you have to be tweeting it. But like you can see, it was 53,786. But I will be going over it after stream, guys. Not going to discuss right now here. Let me see. Rover, okay, please take a look at ISP. You can for sure do so. Hey man, I follow you out of Amsterdam. Oh no, nice man. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Hey mate, can you have a quick look at Polkadot? Would be great. I bought it a few days ago. But Jay, if you can go a little bit back into the stream here, we extensively discussed Polkadot with the Bitcoin comparison and the US dollar comparison. So if you can go a little bit back into the stream, you can see it over there as well. When Peter Schiff is tweeting, we are bottomed out. That's indeed true, because I don't know exactly what is Peter Schiff once again tweeting over here. Is he once again talking nonsense? Probably he is. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. Of course, by the way, liquidation is not extremely high here on the past 24 hours as well. Basically, not a lot of stuff is happening right now, to be honest, in the market. There's very neutral stages, not a lot of volatility like we got yesterday in the market, but was, of course, particularly interesting and particularly fun to be seeing. So, but yeah, let's go real quickly into ICP here. Internet Computer, of course, has been trading very low again, 42 US dollars. It's basically going sideways for quite a while right now. It like once it launched, it was trading on such a high market capitalization. But let me remove all the drunks for a second. Let me get to the 4-hourly candles and let me zoom out ever so slightly. So yeah, you can see ICP, of course. Let me go to the daily time frame. Has been not doing anything special here. It has been going sideways. It has been distributing. It has been going sideways. And I personally don't get where all this money came from, because once ICP launched here, so let me go to Internet Computer here, it had like a market capitalization of 250 billion US dollars. So like you can see over here, it launched, no, 50 billion. 56 billion US dollars was launched. So that is a crazy amount of money. I don't know where they got the money from. But yeah, that was a crazy investor or whatsoever that like they raised such a high amount of money. Of course, ICP is basically a layer 1 solution. I personally do think that ICP is not a bad buy at all here, because they're trying to become a layer 1 solution. You can see over here what they're going to do. Of course, I already read about it several times here. The network is operational, so yeah, they already have an operational network, so that's pretty crazy. Data storage costs 46 cents a GP a month, so it's pretty interesting. I don't know, yeah, but where can we read more stuff about it? Of course, they have got like 200 plus members. Yeah, like they have a crazy big team here. Of course, I'm completely transparent. But yeah, they came out of nowhere and no one knew what they were, and it was pretty crazy what they are, where they're coming from, of course. But yeah, pretty interesting what the project is doing here. Still have an 8 billion market capitalization. I don't think that this is going to be the coin that you need to buy if you're going to want to be making a 100x here. But for sure, for maybe a 2 to 4x or 5x, you could be accumulating it, and maybe it could be, of course, become a top 10 coin again here. Right now, it's still trading on P26 here, but for sure, it has the possibility, since yeah, it is a layer 1 solution, and it is not a bad project at all here if you're going to look to the fundamental worth of it. So yeah, it's going to be quite interesting how it's going to be playing out here. Will be love to see, of course, this continuation for this coin getting created here. I personally do think we bottomed out here, because in the beginning stages we were just only going lower and lower, 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 and a lot of people got wrecked by buying high. So yeah, if you did bought high, I'm sorry, because you're absolutely got wrecked here. But yeah, right now it looks to be that we're forming some kind of a pattern over here on the daily time frame. We're forming some kind of a symmetrical triangle falling wedge kind of pattern. This could be breaking out anytime soon. What could be leading ICP towards, of course, new highs here on the market. What then could be, of course, resulting in a further continuation up towards higher targets on this project. So yeah, very much looking forward towards where ICP could be heading towards from this point here. I'm very much looking forward towards where ICP can be going towards from this level of trading here. And personally think that everything is still possible. And I think, yeah, if we're going to look at this bigger pattern, yeah, we could be seeing, of course, a major volatility shock to either direction on point of the breakout. We'll give you a second. So I'm definitely looking forward towards where ICP is going to be standing, let's say, a year from now. Can you share some more crypto gems with up here? I think a lot of your viewers will want to make more money in lower cap gems rather than Bitcoin Ethereum. I think that's true. I think that's definitely true here. I do have some gems I do look at right now, of course, right? So you really want that a good gem. For me, it's very hard to say. So I mean, I want to be preparing for maybe for the next stream or so. Let's say maybe for every single stream we're going to do from now on, we should just do one gem. That's maybe going to be interesting. Now we're going to just discuss one gem of the stream, but then I will be maybe starting to do that from off tomorrow's stream. But yeah, that would be quite interesting if you guys want that as well here. So we do every single stream, we just discuss one coin that could be maybe literally give us a 100x or so, and just a very low market cap coin. And we can just go over the coin and project. So yeah, that will be truly amazing if you guys would like to see so. But right now I don't really have a good altcoin prepared for you guys. I do know some out of my head here, but for me as well, I would want to be very careful with what kind of things I say about the projects, because I think if I say a certain project that I want to be that I own a lot of, I could be maybe make a bad name out of myself, because I'm already bought in towards myself as well. So if I see a gem, I don't want to be buying in towards it yet, chat here, because otherwise it likes it doesn't sound good, right? So yeah, we'll be coming with that later on. Hey Rover, can you please look at Bank QI and let me know what your thoughts are? Cheers, bro. So let me look at the Bank QI. Let me see against Tether. This coin, of course, moved up particularly quickly towards the upside, forming right now some kind of a cup here on the market. But yeah, that looks very, very interesting. It looks very, very interesting. Some people, maybe you guys in the chat as well, let me know what your gems are. Let me know what your gems are, and maybe we keep looking towards it. And maybe we're going to be finding some very good gems you guys as well may like, and I may like as well here. So let me know, guys. Drop your gems in the chat right now here. Drop me some 100x gems, just some very low market capitalization gems, and we could be having a quick look at it. But yeah, Bank Q here. Of course, forming a high-low structure here on the market, forming a lower-high structure as well here. So it's in a consolidation phase, basically. It's forming a beautiful support line, and I'm definitely looking forward towards where we could be heading towards from this point here. I personally do expect, yeah, this token is going to see a massive breakout anytime soon here, and that's what I do expect right now here of it. And of course, if we're going to look at the bigger scale here, we can clearly see high is getting rejected here, previous resistance zones, going to flip into support right now here, and most likely it's going to be providing us a very strong bounce here on this market. So I'm definitely looking forward towards where we could be heading towards from this point, and I personally do see this level providing us a very strong bounce on the market, where we're right now retracing back towards. So it looks particularly good. But let me look in the chat here, because we are going to discuss some gems here. So I see like Cardano and Citra, those are top 100 coins. BitTorrent as well, top 100, not top 200 at least. Let me see. Let me check Hector. That sounds interesting. I don't know. It's a DAO coin. Oh, well, it's a pretty low market cap, of course. 190 million. Has been seeing not a very significant rally, to be honest. It has been throwing sideways here. It's on the Ventum contract. So that's pretty crazy. I don't know exactly what the project is all about here, but we of course have to rate it if we want to be seeing a good opinion about it. So 200 US dollars currently trading on. It's a decentralized storage protocol on based on the HEC token. So pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Of course, can you check Luna? We'll be going over Luna as well in a second here. So let's build wealth here. So when you have paper hands, you sell too early. When you have diamond hands, you hold until you reach your goal. When you have smart hands, you stake and move towards wealth. That's true. But yeah, I don't know exactly what they do refer towards, of course, in terms of their project. Of course, right now Ventum is doing good here, but I think Ventum is of course also maybe a little bit of on its peak stage here, so I don't know exactly if it's going to be the best buy right now here. I lost Switsburg for me as well here. Let me look as well to this coin, see Nervous Network. That's pretty interesting. This one has a pretty big rally. I do know another coin here, Morpheus Network, also particularly big coin with a lot of potential in my opinion. It already rallied up very quickly here. You know, like you can see, right? It rallied up from $1 to all the way 5. But of course, this coin as well is a supply chain blockchain. It's definitely a payment solution as well. So this is a well pretty interesting project, to be honest. I have to give this one as well to you guys out there if you don't know already about Morpheus Network. It's P400, so still everything can happen with this project as well. And currently, yeah, they are. It's basically supply chain blockchain, just like VeChain. This is a competitor of VeChain. Only this is the low cap VeChain. So I can tell you already, if VeChain is going to perform good, it's going to be this coin as well here. So I mean, personally, I hold on as well a little bit of this token. It's not very low cap. It's 150 million. But I personally hold on this token as well myself. It's been down ever so slightly from all-time highs here, right now $3.13 here. So definitely a good accumulation zone. This coin is pumping. This coin is pumping, of course. Oh, it's getting launched anytime soon here. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Of course, let me look at Luna real quickly for you guys out there. So if we're going to look at Luna, of course, Luna as well had its significant rally up here. Luna right now trading, let me quickly see the market capitalization of Luna, trading on 16 billion. Still going to say to you guys out there, I think Luna is a project that you should be a little bit more careful with, because only one name is attached to the project. Developments, if you see like the people that work on the project, there are no faces attached towards the project, and that's of course a thing that I always a little bit less like here. Of course, there's only one name attached towards the project, so basically the project is run by one person, and yeah, probably more, of course. But there's not everyone is like it looks like it looks a little bit scary because we don't see all the names of the projects, the people that work on the project, so it's a little bit unfortunate in my case. I would like to see some, so that's of course giving me an warning shot about Luna Terra. Of course, that's a thing that I don't like about Terra. I don't think that Terra is going to be as well your best buy here, to be honest, because it's already trading on P14. And I don't think that Terra is going to really do 10x from here on, to be very honest. But yeah, but still particularly interesting. To $42 over Bart is right now trading on. It is forming significantly lower highs right now in the market. The wallet is forming lower highs. That is of course decreasing. It has been seeing decreasing momentum on the momentum indicators as well. So yeah, definitely we are losing in a particularly big amount of momentum right now in the market. Yeah, lower highs still as well getting formed there. So lower lows getting formed, lower highs getting formed. We're basically moving in a downtrend, but we are squeezing the price in towards some kind of an apex right now. This could be playing out for sure well, and this could be resulting in, of course, a significant breakout on the market. You could be as well approach the support line from a different point of view here. If you're going to be approaching it from here on, yeah, I will be. Well, you can still approach from this point for sure, but you see a little bit less significance. But yeah, for sure, pretty interesting what we do have right now in this market. But I can be approaching it from this point, of course. But yeah, we can clearly see the price action is getting squeezed in towards some kind of an apex, and we're most likely going to see a breakout anytime soon. What will be resulting in a bigger volatility shock on this market, what will be resulting in a most likely particular big move on the market getting generated. But once again, how I will be approaching this this movement here on the market is how Bitcoin is going to perform. If Bitcoin is going to perform good here, Terra could be having a very significant move as well here. If Bitcoin is going to be performing a little bit less good, Terra could be as well having a less big of a significant move on the market. So that's going to be very important to take into consideration. For Terra and Luna right now here, in my opinion. But guys, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It will be truly appreciated if you're going to slap up that like button right now, guys. Let's smash it up to 400 right now here. Let's slap up that like button. Let's go. Do you agree on the following range for VeChain? Of course. Let me quickly check up on VeChain once again and which time frame we are talking about right now here. So, depending on the time frame you're talking about, yeah, VeChain is indeed forming some kind of a wedge here. It's not necessarily a falling wedge here. Maybe we could be approaching like a falling wedge. That's true. How I approach this here on VeChain was, of course, the downward slope resistance line from the highs here. And I told everyone already about VeChain. This is the level to break here. As soon as VeChain does break this level, I personally think this is going to be providing us a major rally towards the higher levels here. And it's going to be providing a major rally towards higher targets. So, no, I don't really agree with the falling wedge because we're seeing not increasing lows, because this could be, if I can draw the straight line like this is going to be a falling wedge. But right now we're seeing some more of a parallel channel towards the downside because we're forming equal lows lower. So yeah, in terms of you're going to be approaching it like a fake out, yeah, you could be maybe approaching it like that here. But yeah, pretty interesting. You're saying 1 or 4 hour. No, I don't agree. It's not falling wedge here. Because yeah, you can see I have to draw the trend line like this, and it's not falling wedge. A falling wedge is drawn like differently. So no, I don't agree with the falling wedge, but I can definitely agree with the parallel channel structure that we're currently creating on this market. What could be leading, of course, towards continuations down here first of all. But of course, as soon as you do break the downtrend on VeChain, yeah, you could be then in for this continuation up here. What could be, of course, quite lovely, and what could be, of course, quite provide us the significant rallies towards the upside, and this could be for sure help us out here on the market we're currently trading on. So it's going to be quite lovely to see. So bro, Bitcoin will go down, I told you. I mean, let's see what we're going to have here. Let's see what we're going to definitely have here. But anyways, guys, unfortunately, today is a very short stream here because today, right now, I have something planned here in, let's say, 10 minutes from now on. So I wish I could have been doing a little bit of a longer stream today here, but unfortunately, I'm not able to do so. What I will be doing here, because I only have to head out for 2 meetings right now here, if I'm going to be back, I will be trying to see if there's going to be anything interesting that I can talk about on the market. If I see anything interesting playing out on the market, I will be the first one that's going to drop out, of course, another update video, or I'm going to drop out another live stream. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell notification right now, so you're definitely not going to miss out on any of this kind of content. As well, don't forget to of course follow me on Twitter, on my socials. You can find right now in the top right corner here, or top left corner here, in the bottom left corner, excuse me, the bottom left corner here of the screen. Otherwise, you can find all my socials here as well in the link in the description, guys. Don't forget to check out the socials as well. But sorry for this short stream today here. Tomorrow and the day after, we are just going to have some longer streams again here. I will be back later today if we're going to see anything interesting in the market. But guys, nevertheless, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.